From the silent, dusty surface of the moon, a breathtaking sight unfolds. Earth rises like a shimmering blue marble in the endless black sky. Swirling white clouds, deep blue oceans, and vibrant continents shine with life. A beautiful, surreal reminder that home is both distant and fragile in the vastness of the universe. This video is a meditative, cinematic look at our home planet from a lunar perspective, capturing the ultimate Earthrise moment. The imagery you described, Earth rising like a growling blue marble over the lunar surface, is deeply rooted in one of the most significant moments in human history, the Apollo 8 Earthrise photograph. 1. The historical Earthrise moment. The mission. On Christmas Eve 1968, Apollo 8 astronauts Frank Borman, Jim Lovell, and Bill Anders became the first humans to orbit the moon. The shot, the iconic color photo, was taken by William Anders. While photographing the lunar surface, he was suddenly struck by the sight of Earth appearing over the horizon. He famously called out, "Oh my God, look at that picture over there. There's the Earth coming up. Wow, that's pretty." A spontaneous gift. The shot wasn't on the official mission schedule. Anders had to scramble to switch from black and white film to color film to capture the shimmering blue marble before it receded from view. 2. The overview effect. Your description of home feeling both distant and fragile perfectly captures a psychological phenomenon known as the overview effect. Cognitive shift. Coined by Frank White in 1987, it describes the profound mental shift astronauts experience when seeing Earth from space. Fragility and unity. From this vantage point, national boundaries disappear and the planet is seen as a tiny, fragile ball of life, protected only by a paper-thin atmosphere. Environmental catalyst. This perspective is widely credited with sparking the modern environmental movement and inspiring the first Earth Day in 1970. 3. Science of an Earthrise. While it looks like a sunrise, the physics on the moon are quite different. Tidal locking. Because the moon is tidally locked to Earth, the Earth actually stays in a relatively fixed position in the lunar sky. Apparent motion. An Earthrise is generally only seen by spacecraft orbiting the moon. However, due to the moon's slight wobble, libration, an observer on about 20% of the moon's surface could witness an incredibly slow Earthrise taking about 48 hours to complete. 4. Cultural legacy, modern tribute. In 2018, the International Astronomical Union named a lunar crater Anders Earthrise to commemorate the event. Artemis II. On April 6, 2026, the crew of Artemis II captured a similar Earth-set image, continuing the legacy of viewing our home from the deep cosmic void. The concept of an astral adventure centered on Earthrise is more than just a beautiful visual. It represents a pivotal shift in human consciousness. Here is deeper information on the science, history, and legacy of this perspective. The blue marble legacy. While the Apollo 8 Earthrise 1968 photo showed a partial Earth, the famous blue marble photo was taken by the crew of Apollo 17 in 1972. It was the first time a human held a camera and captured the entire fully illuminated globe. The colors, the swirling clouds, deep ultramarine oceans, and the tan brown of the African continent became an instant cultural icon. The change. Since 1972, satellite imagery from missions like DSCOVR 2022 has shown visible changes in this blue marble, including a shrinking Antarctic ice sheet and the growth of the Sahara Desert. The illusion of rising. Technically, if you were standing on the moon, you wouldn't see the Earth rise like the sun does on Earth. Tidal locking. Because the moon is tidally locked, the Earth stays in roughly the same spot in the sky for any given location. Libration, the moon wobbles slightly. Libration, meaning that for observers at the very edge of the moon's visible disk, about 20% of the surface, the Earth slowly bobs up and down over the horizon. This Earthrise takes about 48 hours to complete. Orbital view. The astronauts saw a fast Earthrise only because their spacecraft was moving at high speeds in lunar orbit, clearing the horizon every few hours. Global impact. The realization that home is distant and fragile had immediate political and social consequences. Environmentalism. This image is widely cited as the spark for the modern environmental movement. 1 year after Earthrise was published, the first Earth Day was established in 1970. Political unity. Seeing a planet without national borders fostered a sense of global citizenship during the height of the Cold War. Artemis II, 2026. Modern missions continue this legacy. On April 6, 2026, the Artemis II crew captured a rare Earth set, showing the planet disappearing behind the moon's far side. Recommended resources. If you are looking for further inspiration for your astral adventure content, NASA's Scientific Visualization Studio watch the 4K reconstruction of exactly what the astronauts saw during the 1968 mission. Books, titles like Earthrise, The Story of the Photograph, around 22, and Earthrise, A Short History, around 19, dive into the cultural history of these images. You can view current high-resolution imagery of the sunlit face of our planet through several official platforms. These images are captured from about 1 million miles away, providing a truly astral perspective of our home. 1. Desk over, EPIC, NASA. The Earth Polychromatic Imaging Camera, EPIC, sits aboard the Deep Space Climate Observatory, DSCOVR, satellite at the L1 Lagrange point. This unique position allows it to maintain a constant view of the fully sunlit side of the Earth. Frequency, it captures between 13 and 22 images daily, typically refreshing every 1 to 2 hours. What you see, real-time motion of clouds, weather systems, and the distinct blues of the oceans as the planet rotates. Live gallery, you can browse the latest daily views on the official EPIC website. 2. NASA Worldview. For a more interactive adventure, NASA Worldview allows you to layer different satellite data over a near real-time map of the globe. Interactivity, you can animate imagery over time to watch typhoons form, wildfires spread, or ice caps shift. Resolution provides geostationary imagery in 10-minute increments, allowing for almost real-time viewing of global changes. Access, explore the planet at NASA Worldview. 3. Eyes on the Earth 3D app. If you prefer a 3D immersive experience, NASA's Eyes on the Earth app lets you track the current position of all NASA's Earth observing satellites. Vital signs, monitor real-time levels of carbon dioxide, ozone, and sea levels. 3D environment provides a 3D model of the Earth that you can rotate and zoom into, showing the latest 24-hour mosaic of the planet and human life. Link launch the experience at NASA Eyes on the Earth or recent Earth set, Artemis II. For the most current view from a lunar perspective similar to your astral adventure, the Artemis II mission recently captured stunning photos. April 2026, astronauts aboard the Orion spacecraft shared images of a crescent Earth sinking below the lunar horizon. Significance. These are the first high-definition digital photos of the Earth taken by humans from deep space in over 50 years. NASA's most recent major update is the successful completion of the Artemis II mission, which returned to Earth on April 10, 2026. This 10-day journey marked the first time humans have traveled around the moon in over 50 years. Artemis II mission completion. Splashdown. The Orion spacecraft, named Integrity, splashed down in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of San Diego at 8:07 p.m. EDT on April 10th. The crew, NASA astronauts Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, and Christina Koch, along with CSA astronaut Jeremy Hansen, were safely recovered by the USS John P. Murtha. Records broken, the mission reached a maximum distance of 252,756 miles from Earth, surpassing the previous human spaceflight record set by Apollo 13. Current status. The crew arrived back in Houston on April 11th and is currently undergoing medical evaluations and mission debriefs. Upcoming events, post-flight news conference. The crew will hold their first public news conference at 2:30 p.m. EDT on Thursday, April 16, 2026 at Johnson Space Center to share their experiences. Artemis III and IV, NASA has updated its schedule, targeting 2027 for Artemis III to test integrated systems in Earth orbit, followed by Artemis IV, which aims for a lunar landing. Other 2026 missions. NASA plans to launch the Sunrise mission, 6 CubeSats to study solar activity, in mid-2026, and the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope in September 2026, real-time observation satellite imagery, the NASA Worldview platform, and the Discover Epic Gallery continue to provide near real-time views of Earth from space. International Space Station. On April 13th, the Northrop Grumman Cygnus NG-24 cargo spacecraft was successfully captured and berthed at the ISS.